Dude, doesn't that rip?
You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.
Welcome back, you jive-ass turkeys. We've got a very special episode today. I'm Alex Drago with my fat co-host, Jeffrey Osmus.
Black listeners, you get 40 acres and 2 mules after that one.
Oh.
After that, right?
Mules. Okay.
Oh, you don't get it?
No.
Oh, God. You can't riff with the guy.
Slave
That's
reference?
what they were going to give slaves. Each one got a 40 acres and a mule.
Oh, I
But
knew
they
that.
didn't actually do it, but they said they were going to.
I felt like I got acres. Mules was a little bit much.
Yeah, they were valuable. That was like a car back in the day, you know?
Yeah, guys, this is we got a stunner of an episode coming up.
I don't know how you can predict that the episode's going to be good, but I respect it.
Well, we're getting off to a great start. Why we have such a good start today, Jeff?
Drago yesterday tested positive for COVID-19, folks. He has COVID.
Yeah.
Claims to me yesterday was the 5th day or today's the 5th day, or which one?
Fifth-ish, 6th day.
How can it be an ish?
Well, because I felt sick last Wednesday night.
Okay.
But I do have COVID, and I tested positive for it.
And I told him this 2 days ago, so I get tested. He chose not to until 4 hours before the podcast.
You're right.
And now I'm risking my life, folks, to bring this content to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting myself in harm's way. Chose not to wear a mask because I'm not a libtard bitch.
Technically, I think we're not breaking the rules of the CDC.
We're not, and I'm pretty sure I got COVID last month while away from you, so I'm not incredibly worried about it.
The last time I had
also
COVID,
not
we
going
were
to get close to you though.
we were also in. I mean, yeah, we were also in close proximity. Last time I had COVID,
Yes,
2021.
Yes.
We were doing a photo shoot for the Comedy Bar, and I didn't think I had COVID.
We had just signed a $5 million deal with the Comedy Bar to run their Saturday night, late night, 11 p.m. show. We thought this was going to be our big break. What did we call it?
It was called Midnight Madness.
Midnight Madness. It actually started at midnight, not 11.
No, but didn't she want to call it? Didn't Sahar want to call it something else?
I don't, March Madness maybe, or I don't, yeah, there was a bad first
No, we
name.
wanted to call it Midnight Madness, and then we called this something else.
Yeah, I can't remember. Late Night Snack. It was Late Night Snack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we wanted Midnight Mass, but you thought it would be too like...
No, she thought
it would sound like a mass murder, like people were getting shot, like Midnight Madness, like it was a crime spree.
She didn't.
That's why she didn't
She
want
had
it.
no concept of like the March Madness.
Yeah, so I think that one got thrown out. We thought that show was going to be our big break. We were going to run a late night showcase at the Comedy Bar in downtown Chicago 3 years ago, right before this podcast started, and it floundered so quickly.
It was the start of Jeff and I bumping mics.
Yeah, we went on stage, double hosted it. It never went well because I would throw things out like 40 acres and a mule, and you go, mule.
Yeah.
And then it didn't really work out. And also no one bought tickets. Many would argue that was probably the great downfall.
There was one show where there was
like 2 good shows. We had like 2 full shows at the beginning. I think they pumped the ads on Instagram and then thought we could tread water on our own. It turned into 8 to 10 people and then we quit.
Yeah, we wanted like a Wednesday show.
Yes.
And we weren't good enough for that.
Yeah, we didn't have enough followers.
Yeah, we weren't
now
quite.
I bet they'd let us host a Wednesday night show there
I
at the
think
Comedy
now
Bar.
we could bring,
we should go
have enough
back. We should
cash.
move back to Chicago just to prove we can run a steady weekly show.
Yeah, we can have one. So me and Jeff did it. We did a photo shoot where Jeff was like was on my lap, kissing me on the cheek. This is not a joke, by the way.
This is what they told us to do. I want that to be known that I had nothing to do with
genuinely
this.
sitting on my lap. The owner was kissing me on the cheek.
Yeah, looking back, yeah, I don't quite know what we're going for artistically there.
Artistically, I wish
we
we
like
could
eating
find
cereal and feeding each other cookies.
Yeah,
and
they were
stuff.
giving us cereal and cookies. Yeah, and it was just an odd photo shoot.
Photographers are pedophiles. They're all creepy.
They all want a little like sexual.
Every time you get
thing.
headshots or do a shoot, I just feel like I don't like people with the camera.
Right.
Anyone who wants to take that many pictures, take some real rough ones.
Yeah, they're always like, do this with your lips. Do this with your head.
Bite your lips. I'm like, what? This is for like a comedy poster.
Put your hand on your waist and you're like, why are you, what are you envisioning here? What are you envisioning?
Why isn't your belt off?
Yeah, and it turns out I had COVID the whole time.
During this shoot 3 years ago, Drago had COVID. I said, Drago, you look whiter than usual.
Yeah,
I said, you look practically Croatian.
I felt terrible. But I had just gotten my booster shot. No, this is my normal shot. I just gotten my shot, vaccine.
Yes, because then the booster was when the
I
great
got my
tragedy
Fauci
began.
jab.
He got his first jab, folks.
And I was like, this is a cold. There's no way I have COVID because I just got vaccinated.
Right.
And I didn't know that wasn't how it goes. So turned out I had COVID.
And what did you do, Drago, when you found out you had COVID? He had a weekend of shows booked at the Comedy Bar, and many would think that you once tested positive for COVID, you might have canceled the shows. What did you do?
No, see, you've got your history incorrect here, Jeffrey. History. See, this again, dude. He's not the historian that you guys
what
all
are you
know him
gonna?
to be.
How are you gonna weasel your way out of this one?
I performed at the Comedy Bar while being thinking I was a little under the weather. Okay.
You weren't just a little, you felt like terrible. Everyone said you looked like shit. Like every comic on the lineup commented about it, how you looked really sick.
A lot of
what
people,
did you say?
People were concerned about me.
What did you say when they said you might have COVID? Maybe you should stay home. What did you say, Drago?
I said I was hungover.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
And
you lied to their face.
Because I really wanted to perform. It's hard to get me off the stage.
You did this for $50 a set. So probably $200 over a course of 2 or 3 nights, maybe.
And then that Sunday.
And why did you do this? You wanted to pay for what again?
Pitchfork tickets.
He was hoping to pay for Pitchfork tickets, so he endangered hundreds of paying customers, those
and
fellow
comics.
Comedians,
but I thought
knowingly spreading COVID.
I thought that I was in the clear because of I had just gotten this vaccine.
Well, many would argue that if you're so sick that everyone's commenting on it and you can barely perform, even if it's not COVID, you shouldn't go to the shows.
I think some would argue that. I don't know how many would argue that.
Actually, 95% of comics who are that sick would cancel. And they were fairly inconsequential shows. They weren't like big.
In hindsight, I would not have done the weekend, but
and this led to a great beef between Alex and a local female comic. How did this happen?
So then that Sunday we do the photo shoot, and then you were like, you looked so bad, you got to get tested. I was like, you know what? Let's see we'll see what all this
now
fuss
that
is
I
about.
don't have to cancel shows and I've already gone through the most contagious part of the disease, why not get a test?
Now that I'm feeling better, let's get tested.
I've infected everyone I know. Why not get a test?
So I get tested. I test positive. I had been sick for, what was it, about 7-8 days at that point. I only had to quarantine for like 2 days. Or at that point.
Yeah, I guess you really can't have your cake and eat it too, folks, if you just ignore morality, the CDC guidelines, and the ones around you.
Can I say this? I thought I was doing the right thing at the time. I thought it was not a huge deal.
If it was like a big show, I would understand, but it was such a inconsequential showcase that had no effect on your career at all.
Featuring is important, man.
But not even. It was like it was like there were 3 openers. You were one of 3 openers on a local showcase.
No, it was a classic
Yeah, I know, a comedy bar. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one was host, one was featuring.
Yeah, it wasn't much though. Yeah.
And
$200 didn't even pay for all 3 days of Pitchfork.
No, I did.
You sold your soul for 1.5 nights at Pitchfork. That was your 30 pieces of silver. So then
a week later, I film a sketch. Yeah, like a week and a half later. So it's been
okay. I know it's coming.
So I'm fully in the clear.
Back then it was 10 days, I believe. So yeah, you would be in the clear.
I was fully in the clear at this point.
Okay.
And
I know you're nervous because you can't stop touching that mic stand. My God,
you're
trying to jack off this extra mic stand on the side.
This gives me a little anxiety. I was a little bit
fingering the thing. My God,
this was a point of contention. I was in some hot water for a little bit.
You were. Keep it going. Yeah, let the people know.
And then I filmed a sketch with a couple pals. My one friend makes a joke like, "Oh, Drago, you don't have COVID still, do you?" Then one of the people acting didn't know that I had just recovered from COVID. And was mad.
Mad is an understatement, but yeah.
I don't think this.
I think at this point you did nothing wrong, but you probably should have mentioned it. But I think you were in the clear actually here.
I was in the clear at this point.
But then, but because they found out, they alerted one of the people you performed the weekend at the club with, and then they realized, oh, you clearly had COVID that weekend.
Everyone found
out. Everyone found out. This was only a year after COVID. This is right when comedy was coming back, kind of. The first like 3 months of it coming back hardcore.
This is like the first 2
with like
months
full
of it, for sure.
crowds and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, with full
and
crowds.
And Drago was the first to. People thought you were a right wing agitator. They're like, Drago must be
what were people saying? What were people saying behind my back?
I actually didn't hear any of that, but I'm not really. I didn't really know the people who hated
Jeff
you.
was the one shit talking. Jeff was the only one shit talking.
The people that didn't like you didn't like me either already, so it wasn't a huge loss.
So no one was hitting you up to talk shit about me.
No, everyone was like, Jeff probably told him to perform with COVID.
yeah, that's fair.
Everyone thinks I'm this far right human being. I don't know why.
People think you're far right.
Oh yeah, like our friend who got mad about me saying Caitlin Clark's ugly. She's like reacting like, is Jeff like an incel?
Oh my god.
People think I'm like an incel. I just hate women. It's different.
Yeah.
I don't see what you guys can't understand the nuance of that.
It's not a huge deal that, women are.
I just hate white women who voted for Hillary in the 2016 primary.
They're just
That's the type of misogynist I am.
They're just a little much.
They are much. If you went after my king, Bernie Sanders, in 2016, I'm done with you.
Yeah, when Jeff gets high, he gets a little loose. I really like this.
Yeah, it's great. I'm on a great high right
You're
now.
like very high.
I'm pretty high, yeah.
I do think.
Is it that noticeable?
Definitely.
Oh, really? Okay.
You're
the
smiling more. You're a little more. You're just a little more mellow, but smiling.
Yeah, I'm having some great riffs, and you're not really giving them the credit they deserve. 30 pieces of silver earlier. I knew you wouldn't get it.
Huh?
The 30. You sold your soul. That was your 30 pieces of silver.
Oh, yeah, that was.
I knew
over
that
my
one
head.
went. That's crazy. You don't know what that's from?
No.
It's like the Bible. It's such a famous Bible reference.
Didn't read it.
Oh my God. Judas sold out Jesus for 30 or 40 pieces of silver.
I actually missed on the Bible when I was younger.
Wait, this would actually be fascinating after we finish this. I want you to tell about why you think Jesus was crucified.
Oh, okay.
Wow, this is actually okay, we'll finish this story. That's going to be great.
Okay, so
I would love to hear you say what the stations of the cross are, if you Serbs remember that.
But yeah, I think after that's pretty much where the story.
No, that is not true. You're leaving out the part where they were about to out you on the Facebook group for Chicago comedy.
That was
someone was planning on posting an expose. There's like every city has a comedy scene with a Facebook group. Used to be more of a thing before COVID, but it's still kind of big in Chicago. And they were about to post that, the Drago performed while he had COVID.
Right.
Just kind of out you as a bad dude or whatever.
And then I was essentially on trial with the Chicago comedy Facebook group.
There were there's 4 or 5 admins, and they're like, we have to be unanimous for someone to post this. And one of them stood up for Drago, which I'll always respect them for. But he was an inch away from being canceled.
One of them
for something that wasn't that bad.
One of them sympathized with my, I think with my
your intellect. It wasn't that. I'll tell you for sure. It wasn't
with what I was saying.
Your situation.
Sympathized with my logic at the time.
Okay.
My logic being that I thought I was protected by the vaccine.
Right. Many of us did think that. That is fair. I don't really think that's what you were thinking of. I think you were thinking of making $200, but
no,
it's fun to cloak your actions retroactively.
If I tested positive,
you would have done the shows.
No way. No way. I want to be clear.
You tested positive and told me we're recording in 2 hours.
I told you.
Just this afternoon. I know.
No, and I got consent.
I put my life on the line, folks. Every day for you. You guys are slaving away in the sugar mines. I'm just watching this fire-breathing dragon. He's just breathing fucking COVID all over me.
Jeff loves consent. Our producer, Connor.
We love consent.
Also consented.
We did. I was going to bring a mask, but I realized I don't have them anymore.
But I want to be clear about this. I think this version of COVID that I have, I think you gave it to me.
I don't see how that's possible. I had it like in early July, and when I was gone for like 2 weeks or 3, I was gone for like 4 weeks.
Whose idea was to go to the Fish concert?
You think you got it at Fish?
Oh,
no, well, then
yeah.
No, you don't really get it outdoors. It's almost impossible to transfer.
We were sharing joints. You don't think Matt could have?
It's not a surface disease. It's an airborne disease.
You don't think you can give it up? Like give it
No, they've done the research. Connor, can you look this up?
Connor, can you look that up?
I'm pretty sure COVID is basically non-transferable by surfaces.
Yeah,
I think
Connor,
it's just
we're gonna need to.
And it's mostly in indoor spaces. Maybe at the concert because there's so many people. I don't quite know, but this right now is how it's transferred. What we're doing right now, a podcast where we're spitting at each other for 2 hours.
Right.
This is exactly how you get COVID-19.
Yeah, but
I'm 90% sure I had it in early July to mid-July.
So everyone's getting it right now.
Yeah, it is unfortunately very serious still. Yeah.
You think so?
Results are in. You can get it through surfaces, but it's considered less common.
Less common. Okay. I'll take that as a tie.
Let me switch gears. So that's what's going on right now. We're trying to normalize this.
We're trying to normalize endangering your friends. It's actually okay.
We're trying to normalize this Wuhan virus.
This Kung flu.
The Kung flu. It needs to be. Yeah, it was this man-made thing.
Well, it probably was man-made. That is actually probably true. It doesn't mean it's not serious.
I bet you would have denied it was man-made 3 years ago.
Yeah, probably, but they're fairly certain it's man-made. Yeah. I don't think they meant for it to be released, but I think it is man-made.
It's man-made, and actually, I do. While you're in this state, while you're a little high, can I ask you some history questions I looked up?
Okay, you did it. Okay, you did some homework. Oh my God, I'm gonna be on the money.
On the topic, the first successful vaccine was introduced by Edward Jenner in 1796.
Smallpox.
Okay. Which English queen reigned for just 9 days?
What does that have to do with vaccines? The Jane Grey, Lady Jane, or something like that.
That is true.
Wow. Okay, that was a tough one.
In which year did humans put the first satellite into orbit?
You got to give me plus or minus 2 years on this one.
Fine.
First satellite into orbit, 59.
Damn, 57.
Yes. Let's go.
In which year was Gandhi killed?
Got to give me plus or minus 2 again. Give me plus or minus 2 on this one. Gandhi, 1947.
1948.
Yeah, let's go.
But why do I get to give you 2 years on this one?
You don't know. You don't remember the exact years. And
did.
You did what?
I knew.
Because you were looking at it.
You don't know.
But there's very few events that you remember the exact year.
I knew it was 48.
Okay, we'll lower it to plus or minus 1. I'll say that. Plus or minus 2 is a wide. Plus or minus 1, okay. I'll allow.
In which battlefield was Henry VII declared the King of England?
Ooh, Battle of Bosworth Field.
Damn.
Wow, you didn't think there's any fucking way. You guys don't understand how few friends I had in middle school and elementary school. I don't think the world quite grasps. I read books all day, every day for like 20 years. It's maybe worse in many other parts of life.
How many days in a week were there in the ancient Roman times?
How many days in a week? That's stupid. Probably 6.
8,
okay.
You bitch.
That's stupid history. No one gives a shit about that.
Oh,
8 days a week in the
just
Roman
you don't know.
calendar. Yeah,
just
exactly. Of course. Yeah, okay.
Which country was the first to give women the right to vote in 1893?
New Zealand.
Who was the...
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow. Come on. You got to give me a little bit. Come on.
That is correct.
First U.S. state, Wyoming.
Yeah.
Very surprising.
Who was the longest serving prime minister of the United Kingdom?
Longest serving prime minister. What letter is this? Oh, Pitt. No.
Incorrect.
What? Who?
Sir Robert Walpole.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Okay.
Fuck him.
How many years did the 100 Years' War last?
You're going to have to give me plus or minus like 3 on this one.
You get 2. I'll give you 2.
Plus or minus 2. Okay, you drive a... Okay, I have to do the math. I think I know about when it started and about when it ended.
Oh, boy.
But I got to do the math. I think it was like 1348 to 1452 probably. 100. I'm going to go 103 years.
116.
Damn. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, I tried.
This is your king?
This is
your king?
The Battle of Bosworth Field was that could have been $1 million question on Jeopardy or on Let's Be a Millionaire.
That was a great answer.
That was a huge poll. There are very few people in the world who know that. I'm sorry. That was great.
Which king of England was executed in 1649 during the English Civil War?
King Charles II.
First.
Okay, whatever. I'm fine with that one.
Why
don't we do that anymore? Chop off kings' heads. We really lost the zest of life, folks. Imagine that. I mean, I used to have a joke about this. After the president's done, we should execute them live.
a good execution?
Just like
it's an album title right there.
Good execution. That's a good album title.
Yeah.
But we should do it live because then that they'd actually do work. If they know they're gonna get killed at the end, they wouldn't fucking golf. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that's true.
If they actually get some juice.
If
out
death
of them.
was like on the,
We're like, yeah,
table.
you get to be the most powerful man in the world, but at the end we kill you. I think that's
you don't
fair.
have to die if you do a good job.
No, I think you have to, and then they'll do a good job.
Were these guys getting killed no matter what?
No. He got overthrown and defeated in a civil war. He was getting kind of dictatorial. They were against him.
If I was him, couldn't he be like, can I just leave?
Yeah, but he wanted to fight. He chose to fight. So once you do that, if you lose, they're going to kill you.
I would just kind of walk.
He fought him twice and lost. And then
They're
they
like,
caught
we're
him.
overthrowing you. I'd be like, well, then just let me grab my stuff.
Let me just grab my stuff.
Let me grab my things.
Let me get the crown jewels. Let me just pack a few.
okay.
Get the Hope Diamond in a bag.
You guys want to go in a different direction? I totally understand.
I'm going to Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, they went to France. He went to France and tried to. The French are always conniving to invade the English.
Charles I went to France.
Yeah, they always go to France.
He betrayed his people.
Always. The French are always trying to invade England and then fail every fucking time.
I like that story. There's got to be a movie about that. There should be.
Oh, there's definitely a British TV series about that. It's their civil war.
Last one here.
Okay.
What was the name of the first space shuttle to go into space?
Name of the first space shuttle, is that American then?
I think so.
Okay. Apollo.
Space
Challenger.
Nope.
Damn. Apollo? What?
No. Space Shuttle Columbia.
Oh, okay. Space is lame. I'm out.
Space is lame. Is space or the ocean cooler?
Obviously the ocean.
Connor, what do you think?
That's a tough
Is
one.
space or the ocean cooler?
I'd probably go space.
There's a reason we've haven't gone to the moon since 1972. It's boring as hell. They don't have anything up there.
Yeah, but there's more.
We haven't gone there in 50 years.
Yeah, but we're finding more stuff about space.
And we don't send people. We haven't sent people in 50 years outside of our orbit.
We found an alien.
They have not found an alien.
Yes, they have.
No, they have not.
You didn't hear that? Connor, look this one up.
They saw some videos that they are sure are
no,
aliens.
they like have the body of an alien.
No, they don't. That's always a scam.
Geoff,
They've said this like 4 times. It's always a puppet someone bought.
Connor, you're with me on this one. I know you are.
I don't think they found it where they showed pictures or they just said we
and
have
it looks
one.
like cartoonishly like an alien from like an 80s movie.
That makes me know it's not real.
I'm gonna need some more help on what to search because if you just search, have we found aliens recently? Too much comes up.
Yeah, because there's so much hoaxes.
We found an alien last year.
Who's we? That's the only. That's the only specific detail you know is it might have happened last year.
Well, Connor,
Man,
if you
meme.
find anything that'll make Geoff, if that'll swing Geoff,
look up like what there was like a U.S. disclosure on UFOs last year, but I'm almost positive it was like videos and like not that we have an alien body under the White House or whatever.
Yeah, I think what you're referring to, U.S. recovered non-human biologics, biologics from UFO crash sites. Former Intel official says.
Yeah.
Okay, so they found something. There aren't pictures of it out though.
No,
I think you imagine.
Oh yeah, they
that
can't show us. Dude, I don't know. I have COVID brain right now.
Oh my god! If it wasn't foggy before, my god.
Oh
it's
yeah,
the fucking Scottish Highlands up there.
But this feels so. This is my second time. I feel like I've gotten tested before.
What?
This is my second time getting tested. I feel like I've had this before, but didn't get tested.
Yeah, you've
last
definitely
year.
had. We've all had. I've had COVID probably 4 or 5 times. Most people have too.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Is you keep getting it, and we can't figure out how to get immune to it, and it does cause like long-term health stuff. Each time we get it, we're probably losing 2 years of our lives.
See that? This is the shit that about Geoff that I do not like.
What?
This
100%.
This kind of it's just very extremist and it's very defeatist.
How is it defeatist? It's just a thing.
Well, probably 2 years of my life.
It is. It's like a long-term disease. It's like very difficult to get rid of all the symptoms.
It's so hot out. The world's ending in 10 years. It's also July. It's also August.
It is not July for.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That was COVID brain.
Yeah,
it's also August.
COVID brain. Yeah, Mr. COVID brain trying to give me a dressing down.
You really
After
think
Bosworth Field, folks? I'm untouchable.
Bosworth Field was like
I'm
really
untouchable.
impressive.
It's not even a top 50 battle.
That gets you hard.
Yeah, that was all worth it. I never had any close friendships till 5th grade, but it was all worth it.
For that
It
moment
was
for
all worth it.
Bosworth
For
Field.
just me and my sister. Yeah.
You and your sister didn't have friends?
No, I'm saying we were friends. That was my friend.
Your sister was your friend.
Yeah, we were good friends.
And then what happened?
We got older. I still love my sister, but yeah, we're not like tight. But she's cool.
Do you guys ever catch up?
Maybe like once a year, for the holidays.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
I text her.
Well, my brother and I don't talk.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, right. Come on, don't judge.
I got a younger sister though. We're tight.
Yeah, she listens to the pod, doesn't she?
I think so. Shout out Dion.
What up, Dion? Yes. Okay, Drago. Those are some good questions. 8 days in the Roman week. 8 days a week. That's what the Beatles were singing about.
Yeah, I got a. What did you have stuff to talk about now?
Well, no, I want you to try to tell us why Jesus was crucified.
Here's
Drago. This is the thing. Every kid, every good person who's raised the correct way, learns that Jesus Christ was killed
the Romans
to save us from our sins. Why did they crucify Jesus Christ?
They thought Jesus was fucking around too much. And
how so? What did he say? There was one thing that really pissed him off. Actually, it wasn't the Romans.
It wasn't the Romans?
But they did it in the end. But why did the Romans? Someone referred him. It was actually I hate to say it, but
was it the Jays?
It was the Jays. Not all of them, but the Pharisees.
So Jews
like
and
the priests,
Catholics then didn't like Jesus.
What?
Right? Or the Romans.
What are you talking? Oh my God. Do you think that the Romans were Roman Catholic?
No. Yeah?
Oh no. So you thought Roman Catholics killed Jesus? How could they be Catholic then?
I just know the Romans.
How could a Catholic person kill Jesus?
I just know the Romans killed Jesus.
But you thought that Romans and Roman Catholics were the same thing.
If you were to say that, I would have been like, I don't see why not.
Oh my God. You thought Julius Caesar believed in Jesus Christ?
Oh yeah, that's funny. That can't be true then.
No.
What religion were the Romans then?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You can't. What do you guess? I mean, there were many religions, but they had a main.
Well, they weren't Jewish.
Some of them were, but in a small part. You don't know? Remember, like
Orthodox.
Remember those big gods? Oh my God!
The big gods,
like the Odyssey, Troy, the movie Troy.
Oh, like like Greek
mythology. Romans had the same thing. They just had different names, but it was basically
what was it called?
It was like Jupiter was Zeus, and they had different names, but they were basically the same gods.
What religion is that?
It's Roman mythology.
I don't need to know that.
You should know that. That's crazy.
Well, anyways, the Romans tried to kill our boy Jay
because
boy.
the Jays were mad at him.
So the Jews got the Romans
hated Jesus, and then they got him referred to the Romans, and the Romans did do it in the end. Yes,
man.
Not saying that Jewish people should be blamed for this, but some of them did turn in my boy J Dog.
Wow.
Because he was, why were they mad at him? This is kind of the crux of the whole Bible.
He was doing some wild shit, man.
Oh my God. What was he doing? What did Jesus do?
Walked on water into wine, bread and fish to feed thousands.
He just had a bunch of bread and fish. What?
Remember that? Remember that story? There's like 10 breads, 3 fish, and they fed. There's like, how are we gonna feed all these people? Jesus was like, and then he fucking
right. You think he would give us something to wash it down with, though? Imagine you're eating bread and cold fish. He doesn't give you a glass of water.
Well, hey, Jesus!
My God, I'm gonna believe in this guy.
I mean, this is nice, but can we up it a little?
Didn't even cook the fish. It's just some stale perch.
He walked on water.
Yeah.
He was 33.
That's what they say. Yeah.
What were they pissed at him about?
Because he said he was the son of God. That was the big crux.
Honestly, at that time, I also probably would be like, we should probably kill this guy.
I mean,
I would also be like, this guy needs to die.
I hear someone on the train every day say, I'm God. I am Jesus. So
yeah,
it is unfortunate. He was just kind of a guy who kept it together. He's a delusional psychopath, like Elon Musk, who kept it together a little bit.
Yeah,
it's just the same thing.
People liked him.
Yeah, he was probably attractive. Yeah.
And he just
6'5", probably.
No.
Probably white. Yeah. Come on. Why do you think everyone followed him?
Just a tall
Jesus,
white.
Of course, was white.
With good abs.
What was my old joke? You know, Jesus was white because there was a trial.
Oh, wow.
That was my old. It's actually a great joke.
Yeah.
Did sometimes bomb though, but
I'm actually gonna write that down. So do I not? So I mean, are you saying I don't really know a lot about Jesus?
Why? So he was what? They crucified him. What happened exactly there?
I don't know. Now I'm recalling from Passion of the Christ, the hit film.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought you would refer to. It's not shocking. You're a visual learner.
But I don't remember it that well.
It's a bad movie. It's a really bad movie.
But yeah, I just remember Jesus like son of God, and they're like, okay, you're a witch. And then they just hang the guy.
Yeah.
You know?
And they didn't hang. Yeah, well, they crucified.
How do you just slowly bleed to death when you're like, how does that,
they break all your bones and then you collapse on yourself, your lungs, you push your whole body down against your lungs, you kind of suffocate and bleed to death.
That stinks. That stinks.
It's not ideal.
So
really bad way to go.
I saw a TikTok about like a medieval torture was they put like a bunch of rats like in a bucket.
Oh yeah, and put it over your head or something, or on your chest,
on your stomach,
and it just eats through you.
They would eat through you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the worst way.
Yeah, boiling people alive, stretching them with horses. They put a horse to your arms and legs. And they pull in 4 different directions.
They boil people alive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, or they'd put people in a coffin and fill it, or you have to drink like lead or something. They'd fill you with lead. They'd just pour lead into you.
Which is the way I'd probably go out.
Gotta go hanging. You get a last word. Nothing better than that. You can talk for as long as you want. You can filibuster till the end. Well, I don't know if they'll probably cut you off after a couple minutes, but you get to do a set. You could do your late night set up there. You could do your Conan set up there.
You can do Feel Quick 5.
You'd have time. You're like, did I get the light? Yeah, you're about to.
Do you think you're on the radar for a late night set for anyone?
I could have. I just don't. I'm not clean, and I haven't really put that much effort into it.
If you had
the guy from Fallon reached out a couple of times, or I met him. He saw me really kill at the Cellar one night,
and he
was like, hit me up, but I just didn't. I don't have a clean set. What I would have to do to be clean, it wouldn't be funny to me anymore.
Oh, really?
I just don't.
Do you think you're? Yeah.
I maybe will try, but it's not that big of a deal. You don't really get paid that much, and it doesn't really do anything anymore.
But you don't want to do it?
I do maybe. Yeah, I would maybe do it. Yeah.
I think your parents would be like, that's probably pretty cool.
But they listen to this podcast, so yeah, I'll do it for you, Mom. Anything you want. Which show do you want, Mom? Corden. Oh, he's gone.
Corden's gone.
Oh, he was so cute. I love. They want me to do carpool karaoke. Yeah. That's what they want.
Yeah, seeing you do. Yeah, your jokes on Fallon would be kind of just shitting on white women for 3 minutes. I mean, 3 straight minutes.
I mean, I would love to have it just. Hey, Jimmy, drinks. I like to have a drink with him. He'd be reeking of booze.
Yeah.
His whole thing. Someone we know did it, and they said he just reeked of whiskey.
No way.
Yeah, he's just an inveterate drunk.
Love that.
Yeah, which is I love. That's the only reason I respect. I do respect that, actually.
I'd love to come on, Jimmy.
He's just hollow inside. That's why he's got to go, oh my God, Cameron Diaz. Just every day he's just, God, I'm so excited. You're the best person ever.
Honestly,
suck?
I would be pumped to meet Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, but he meets everyone every day and has to be like, your new movie's amazing. Like, can you imagine having to do that the whole life?
I know it's easy to shit on, but in one way, I also would be psyched to meet these people. I really would.
For a couple times.
If Sydney Sweeney was on the show,
she's not gonna fuck you, Drago. You're just gonna have to learn that she's not really all that interesting, and then. I mean, she's not. Her brain's not like her body. I'll tell you that.
But I would be pumped to see her.
That brain doesn't have an ass like that. That brain's pretty flat on both ends.
No thirst traps to the brain.
There's no one's. If she posted a paragraph of words she wrote, everyone would unfollow her. I think an Instagram model, they should have to post a thing of text too with their pictures. It would make them unattractive. Like you get to post a butt shot, but you also got to write a paragraph.
Just anything.
Just about anything. And then you'll realize It's not the most attractive thing.
Some of her interviews are
be-
not the most like inspiring. I
mean,
suppose.
no, of course not. I don't blame her. She doesn't have to think anymore.
Doesn't
matter. Yeah.
She put out a thirst trap the other day. Connor, I know you saw that shit. It was fucking.
I saw it. I didn't think it was amazing, honestly. Thought it was mid.
I don't know.
I thought that was white mediocrity right there, is all I'll say. There's way better asses on IG. That was trash.
What? I'm
Sydney.
trying to figure
Sorry.
out what is in the middle of our Venn diagram. Now fish.
Fish, yeah. We figured out fish. Counting crows. We know counting crows.
Yeah, I guess musically,
we got it.
sonically.
Basketball. I like basketball.
Yeah.
Football.
Football, dude, can't wait, dude.
Yeah, remember when I crushed you in fantasy football last year? It's a little more in my Venn diagram, I guess. Yeah.
You didn't crush me either. I guess it was kind of close.
A win's a win. A win's a win.
No, it was a win. God damn.
God, that $300 came in, or no, $800 came in real handy. Man, imagine how much better your life would have been if you made $700 or $800.
An extra 500.
God, what would you done with? God, you wouldn't have COVID. I bet. I bet you could have bought.
Can you
a better
guys
body.
chime in on how you feel about me performing like this?
Yeah, are you gonna do sets
with the Wuhan
Would you do
virus?
a set tonight if you had a show?
No.
Do you have a show tomorrow?
No.
Okay, so you'll be clear. Did you do shows this weekend?
I did. I did do shows this weekend
while you were sick.
But I didn't
You
think.
texted me. Was that yesterday?
No, I texted you yesterday.
So on Sunday, you said, I'm pretty sick. I don't know if I can do the podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that means you're probably pretty sick on Saturday.
Well, but on Saturday I didn't perform.
But you were all good on Friday then?
I was feeling a little. I was feeling a little
Wow,
squirrely.
the stutter. You see that stutter come out when he gets nervous?
I was nervous. I
I
was feeling a little. It was interesting.
What show did you do? Where'd you do it? Maybe we should warn all the comics who did that show.
I'll tell some comics.
Yeah. Oh, really? Are you gonna? What show is it?
I was mostly just feeling achy.
I'm gonna look where you were tagged at on Friday.
I can
Let's
tell
get to
you.
the bottom. Where was it?
I was in Columbus.
Oh, you're at the Columbus Comedy Festival. Okay. Oh, so you were hanging out with comics from all over the country.
3 days.
Wow. And so they could easily bring this back.
But it wasn't.
You could start a little revival. Look at the graph. That's the Drago bump. You remember that? He did the Columbus Comedy Festival. I was in close proximity to 8 or 9 traveling comics.
I will let them know.
9,000 grandparents died because of this.
I was feeling more off than I was feeling sick.
Well, what do you mean off? Just 103-degree fever?
Not even
a
close.
Little blood, just a little blood coming up.
Yeah, shit was coming out of my eyes.
No pain, no gain, right? Worth it for the set, though. I bet.
My neck was a little stiff.
Yeah, how was the set? I hope it was great.
Murked.
Really?
So I actually want to talk about the Columbus Comedy Fest. That's highlights from there.
Yeah, really? You're okay. Let's hear some highlights. Drago.
I did.
I don't think you really did Jesus justice with that narrative.
I can talk about some of the some of the lowlights on the Patreon. Maybe.
Did you not have to go to Easter Mass and like the Stations of the Cross and that shit?
I went to Easter
The story
Mass.
of Jesus is just like etched in my brain of the crucifixion. I can't forget it ever. I learned it so many times.
What did I get wrong?
Just so many details, like who betrayed him, where he went, how he brought the cross to the hill, and all. There's so many details. No Catholic kid could ever forget.
Well, here's the thing:
that much.
You don't have ADD or ADHD by any stretch.
I don't know. Maybe
to paying attention for me in class was near impossible. I couldn't pay attention to anything,
and no one did anything to try to fix this. Also, we weren't learning this in class. Like we had to go to church, and this is mostly outside.
I got diagnosed with ADD in college.
Wow, and just late enough where they couldn't save you.
Where it
you
didn't
thought,
even matter.
I'm going to the NBA anyways.
Well, it was just it was like way too. So then
it's me and AD.
So then I just sold my Adderall pills to like one of my buddies.
Incredible.
Every 30 days.
And then now you stopped doing it. You stopped trying to treat it. Or do you do Adderall?
I don't do anything for my ADD. No. My ADD would probably help on this pod, actually.
Dealing with it, yeah.
If I took Addy.
You think it would just help on the pod? I would think it would help with your entire life, probably.
Some would say.
Our friend, well, we won't throw him on the bus. We have a friend who takes Adderall every day.
We have a few.
A few, and it works. It makes their lives a lot better.
No, they're off.
A couple of them abuse it, but the ones who take what they're prescribed are doing a great job.
I think the D-man is
We're not
off.
saying names. We're not saying names. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't show up people's medical prescriptions. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry.
Do you see where this guy has a line?
Doctor-patient confidentiality, folks.
He'll just skewer Sydney Sweeney right in front of me and in front of all of America.
You're comparing your dear friends to a celebrity you've never met. Parasocial's got you. Oh no, I like every one of her posts. She'll know when I meet her.
She'll
Do you
meet me one
comment?
day.
I think that's a guillotine of the week. Any guy who comments on like a thirst trap, that's so embarrassing,
dude.
I can't even imagine.
I forget
the guy. They do this on female comics. Like they're like, babe alert, funny and beautiful. I mean, if you write that, immediately kick down your door, shot.
Dude, one of our good buddies.
Did he comment?
No, Lucas. I told Lucas Zelnick. He's a friend of the pod. He also has a podcast here.
He's been on the pod. Yeah,
he's one of the great men on earth.
Great guy.
I was telling him at a bar, like I was telling him about like my number one celebrity crush in New York, this like influencer. He was like, oh yeah, she like DM'd me like last year and we were going to hang out, but I just wasn't feeling it. And I was like,
and is that cool to you?
It ruined me, dude.
What? That she would think about another man?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was bummed.
You imagine all these women you like are virgins.
I just couldn't believe he rejected her. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's the body's about 10% of it. That's your problem. You're chasing a body, not a soul. That's why you're alone forever.
You are such a cunt sometimes, dude. Geoff is a cunt. Oh my
God, it's a pod.
It's true.
We're just saying shit. That's true, though.
And you are very high.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. And I think the listeners are having a good time, too.
But the Columbus Comedy Fest, here's what I did.
You go to Columbus, one of the dullest towns in America, but fun. But it is boring. There's nothing there.
It's a
chat GPT town. It's like,
but it's to me, it's better than like others. I mean, to me, it's like just as good as Boston.
That's it. Wow. Okay. Jesus. What?
It is.
There's nothing to do in Columbus.
Yes, there is. It's a big city.
There's no nature. Boston has a beautiful harbor.
There's 300,000 more people in Columbus than.
Okay, the numbers mean nothing. That means nothing. But
yeah, but you don't know.
There's no architecture. There's no like neighborhoods that have history. Really,
I like sports bars. I like vibes.
Well, there's sports bars in every city in America.
Yeah, but like Columbus
you can go to Peoria and there's a nice sports bar.
I'll take a college town over like a big ass like a weekend in
Columbus is a lame college town. Like you need a town that's just the college. Columbus is like the White Castle headquarters, all this other corporate bullshit. Ann Arbor, Madison, Bloomington. Those are the college towns.
Anyway, I do this. So Friday comes around. I do a show with Lee Kimbrell, one of the great men of this United States, Nashville hilarious comic, and Rand Barnacle,
Cincy comic,
Cincy comic. Check out Rand's podcast, by the way, really funny.
Rand, one of the oddest names. Never seen a white name quite like it. I love it. I love it. It must be like Sicilian because we don't claim that.
So
I want that to be clear.
I get
Germans
this like I get two $50 gift cards to this restaurant
as
part of like being that was not my pay. I think I got wildly overpaid for this.
I'm like, if you got two $50 gift cards to Jimmy John's and you were
I'll tell you my pay after, dude. It was kind of insane actually.
Wow. Okay.
So
that's interesting. I just dropped your percentage of the Patreon down a little bit, I guess, if you got paid that much.
Interesting.
Looks like you won't be needing me to buy you breakfast on the road. He admitted it, folks, on the pod. He just got a huge payday.
No, I'll be
no longer.
I'll be taking all my meals on the road. I'll be invoicing you for a couple flights eventually.
It's crazy how you claim not to be a liberal when you're the most liberal man of all time.
What do you mean?
You want fucking welfare. You want handouts. You want big daddy government to send you a fresh free check.
I'm literally the best feature in America. I don't think it's even close right now.
That'd be funny if you started branding branding yourself as the best feature in America. He can't headline, but give him 25. The man lights it up.
I mean,
wow.
In that March Madness, I think I'm clearing the whole the house.
When the audience hasn't quite realized how expensive their bill's going to be, he kills it. Once the check comes out and they realize this was $73, he can't quite hit it.
In the easiest part of the show,
before the wife started arguing with her husband because he laughed at an abortion joke.
Yeah,
Drago kills it.
Yes,
before the marriage falls apart.
I get a reservation at this like steakhouse, the Pearl on High Street.
You got a gift card to a steakhouse?
Yeah. It's like really nice restaurants. I don't know.
Okay.
And so I tell Rand and Lee, I'm like, yo, I'll pay for the apps. We'll get like 3 or 4 apps, some big ones. You guys pay for your meals. And let's go really ham it up here. We go to this fucking restaurant. We order everything. We order the mussels, the chicken confit. We order these dips. We order these
though? I feel like those restaurants always kind of suck. I hate to say it.
It was honestly awesome.
Okay. Is it like a yuppie warehouse? Is it in like a food court, or is it like an old school?
No, this was like nice. This was like
it's like an old
white tablecloth. It was nice. It was a good time.
Okay.
And we ate. And we had a great time, and we talked shit about comics for about 3.5 hours.
Oh, it's the best part.
We were there from 8 until 11:30.
It's what fuels me.
God damn, was it awesome!
Talking shit is the best part of this business. If it wasn't for that, there really would be no point in doing it.
How'd that guy do it? Don't tell. Why is that guy at the cellar? Who's this fucking Atlanta comic? What? Oh, that person stinks.
Oh, it's so funny. That's what we did this weekend too.
Yeah.
Me, Tim Smith, and Tyler Horvath went up north, camped, talked shit for 24 straight hours.
It's literally all you need in this life.
Anger is the fuel. It's the fuel. Happiness, I've really given up on finding that, but anger is the fuel.
Yeah.
Once I get a shit on a few more people, I'll be good.
Anger is the fuel, guys.
Drago, show me the phone. That means the fun's over, folks.
I do want you to describe the talk about this little hike you did with Tyler and Tim.
Okay. Why? Did you hear about it already?
No.
Oh, okay. We went to where do you think? Where's the Adirondacks, Drago? We went to the Adirondack mountain range. I'd only been there in the winter and only briefly for 2 days. One of the most beautiful isolated places in America. Where do you think it is, Drago?
Adirondack.
Oh my God. How do you not know these things?
New York.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, obviously we drove there. It wasn't hard to narrow it down.
Drilled that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Are you kidding?
How is that?
What do you mean, of course?
I don't even know what another...
We're in the tri-state. That could be... There's 30 states around here.
30 states within 4 hours?
There's probably 12 states within 4 hours.
What are they?
I don't know.
Name what you think and then you actually could be correct.
Within 4 hours?
You could
Maine,
be
Connecticut.
I'd say
Maine might
be
New Jersey.
Okay, yeah.
Maine, Connecticut, New Jersey, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Delaware.
Yeah, probably.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. You might be right. You said 12.
Rhode Island.
Okay. I think you might be
Vermont. No, Vermont's not.
Yeah, Vermont's probably right. You
4 hours.
You probably are right. I hate to say it, but
did I say Connecticut?
Yeah,
I said Connecticut.
You said 12. I think there's 10. I think there's one more. I don't think there's 12.
Did I say New Hampshire?
You forgot Maryland, but I think you're off after that. I bet Virginia's too far away. DC. Oh my God. Yeah, that is kind of a state. I don't know if we count it.
10.
It was 11. You didn't count New York, but yeah.
What?
So you would count New York as a state too. You were actually.
Did you say Pennsylvania too?
Yeah,
I said Pennsylvania.
Okay. Is Virginia within 4 hours, Connor? This is not important, but I do have to know. I bet it's not. I bet it. Yeah. What's it to drive to Alexandria, Virginia, or something like that?
I bet
you were actually. That was actually you got so lucky there.
Shut
God,
up,
I hate
dude.
that.
What are you talking about?
You just said 12 random, or you said 30 originally.
Yeah, but when I locked in,
you said you did say 30.
When I had to lock in.
Listeners will always remember you said 30 though. That's all anyone will remember.
Yeah, but that was being hyperbolic
in the annals of history. And of course, you guys know that we are sponsored by Ounce of Hope Dispensary, an aquaponic dispensary in Memphis, Tennessee, folks. Drago, How do you feel about the weed from Ounce of Hope?
I mean, guys, I smoked it while I had COVID, and it basically cured me.
We cannot legally say that, but it might just be true, folks. I had a little bit of it. We were hiking in the Adirondacks. It made me feel the infinite expanse of time and realize that all atoms are connected. It's that good, folks. You guys, they got edibles. They got THC drinks. They got joints. And if you use the code ASMUS, ASMUS, on an order of $50 or more, you get a free pre-roll. That's about 8 hours of fun, 8 hours where you won't think about the impending doom of Western civilization. Ounces of Hope. And we're back. And we're back. What a great ad read. It's way too late to put the ads. Okay, well, you know what we're going to do on the Patreon, folks? This is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about, I have some ideas for my special this fall I want to talk about only on the Patreon. I want you to talk about how you think, some more details on Jesus' crucifixion. You didn't really get into the nitty gritty of it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get into the details on that.
I want to know more about the Last Supper, what you think that was and all that. I already did my guillotine of the week. I have a couple things I learned about our friends this weekend that I thought were shocking that I'd like to talk about. One of our friends never had a peanut butter sandwich, and that rocked me to my core.
That's great. I know which one it is, and that's not surprising though.
We're not actually probably. That's really all I wanted to say about that. But that's insane? How could you live? I've had peanut butter sandwiches more than every other meal combined.
Huh?
I eat peanut butter sandwiches all the time.
Just peanut
Until
butter?
I was 25, just peanut butter every day, probably.
Why not jelly?
Yeah, I think jelly's trash generally. It has to be good jelly. You got to go to like a farmer's market and get like canned, like homemade.
Welch's grape jelly is like phenomenal.
Disgusting. It's just pure sugar. It's just fake. It's all fake. Real jelly. Get like some real like blackberry jelly or something, jam or something like that. Oh, my grandma used to make the best choke cherry jam. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. babe.
Great jam.
Well, that was a great episode. I think I feel healthier.
Yeah, I had some good riffs, Drago. What are you going to promote at the end, Drago? What's coming up?
September. You guys know where I'll be. I've said it before.
We'll say it again, though.
I'll say it again.
That's why we do these things.
I'm in Fort Collins with Jeffrey, September 5th through 7th.
Yes.
I'm with Jeff September 5th through the 16th.
Yeah, we're in Fort Collins, Fargo, Sioux Falls. Fort Collins and Fargo, I think, are all going to sell out. Sioux Falls looks like it'll be a great, a terrible end to a great tour. It looks like Sioux Falls might be what finally ends me. I might finally Jackson Pollock myself in a hotel room. Holiday Inn, Sioux Falls.
September 19th, I'm in Charleston, South Carolina with Lucas Zelnick.
Okay.
September 2021, I'm in Wilmington with Lucas.
Okay.
And then September 22nd, I'm in Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, wow. I was like, geez, you're finally going international? My God.
No.
You guys are doing Columbia, South Carolina?
Apparently it's a theater.
What a wild tour.
Yeah.
Columbia, that's a college town. Man, you're blonde Southern women. That's like the capital of it. Charleston and Columbia.
I'm not that excited.
That's like where it's all made. Oh my God. That face you just made was a lot like faces the rapist comic we know makes all the time on stage.
This fucking pod.
I didn't say anything.
This pod is so dumb.
It could be any one of 6 serial rapists we know in comedy.
Right.
What a world. What an industry. And I'm so glad to be a part of it. What else do we got coming? I got Edmonton, Calgary, Pittsburgh, Morgantown, and then Fargo, Sioux Falls, and Fort Collins. And one more. Oh, Madison, Wisconsin, early October. Drago's going to be there. You're there for that too.
I'm there, baby.
Are you going to Salt Lake City too?
No.
Did I not get you for that one? Okay. Well, that's too bad. You hate to see it. Madison, though. Madison, Wisconsin, folks.
Yeah.
Please come see us. We got a great Patreon. We're going to talk about some music I got into this weekend. Yeah, we got it. I got a couple more joke ideas too.
Yeah.
Cool, folks. This has been episode 134, 54 episodes, N-word free. And it ain't going to be 55, folks. Next week, I drop it. I'm tired of this shit. Will they, won't they? I'm going to finally do it. So don't even think. If you already bought your tickets to Arkansas, cancel those plans because I'm going to bring this pod back to the Stone Age next week. Okay. Good night and good luck, folks. Dude, doesn't that rip?
You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.